Blessed be everyone. Welcome to another YouTube live here on the Mystery Witch School YouTube channel. So welcome Brandy, welcome Dwight if you're still around, and to those of you watching the replay, which is probably most people. I know I watch replays. I rarely ever get to attend a live these days, and sometimes if I do, it's usually at the end of So welcome to those of you who are watching the replay. I will give people time to come on and to be notified about the live. I'm also going to just play a little bit with the light so that it is not so bright there. Awesome. Okay, and right. So what we're doing today is I'm going to show you how witchcraft and spellcasting can help you with managing stress, managing anxiety, and emotional balance. And this is the day-to-day stuff. This isn't about, serious disorders or anything like that. This is just about everyday life and how it happens and what you can use magic for to help you cope with these emotional situations. So my name is Sandra. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. I've been a witch for over 35 years now, and I help witches who are struggling with feeling overwhelmed or unsure of how to start a practice or deepen a practice that they already have to confidently integrate magic into their lives on a daily basis with ease. And I do that here on this YouTube channel and also through my courses, my online courses, and my one-to-one coaching. So if you are watching the replay or you've just caught the live and you haven't subscribed and that sounds like it's something you want to subscribe to, do subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that you know when videos are coming out and when the live streams are coming out and you don't miss them. So as I said before, today I'm going to show you how witchcraft and spellcasting can help you with these emotional ups and downs, with anxiety, stress, and emotional balance. Now, I did do a video a couple of weeks ago on how to charge an anxiety relief bracelet. I'm going to talk about those gemstones that are in that bracelet, as well as some other gemstones that that are very helpful to anxiety and stress and balancing on an emotional level. Because I found from a magical perspective, the gemstones are some of the best tools to work for emotional balance. Okay. Just checking back, seeing that everything is fine. If you are watching the replay, definitely join in the comments. Let me know your experiences or what gemstones work for you. I'm going to talk about some herbs as well. And if you want to support the channel through the supers, so super chat or super thanks, that is certainly welcome because it does make a difference to be supporting this channel because it does take time to create all of this stuff. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit first about understanding energy, emotions like stress, anxiety, and all of the emotions sometimes that are caught up with it, sometimes frustration as well. So this is from a more holistic point of view and also from a magical point of view. Our emotions create an energy state, and magic can help shift that energy, particularly if we're working with gemstones and other physical tools like herbs. Even color can affect our moods and the way that we feel, sound, music. All of these are tools to help us change our energy state and our energy signature. The important thing about spell work is that while it can't permanently change emotional states, because emotional states are always, we're reacting all the time to things that are going on in life and reacting also to things that have gone on in the past in our life, and that includes past lives as well. Spell work isn't going to permanently change anything, ever, whether it's emotional or not, because life is always in flux. But what it can do is it can assist in providing solutions, easing tension, and guiding you towards clarity, towards people who can help you, and therapies that can help you, modalities that can help you. other healing things that can help you. So the spell can be the catalyst for change. It can be what opens you up to opportunities to help you deal with these sorts of situations. And you can also use spells and the crystals and the herbs to assist with any other therapy or tools that you are using to help you get through these difficult times. So when we think of magic, we think of mindset and magic together because you need both. You need to have a mindset that is focused on your intention and be able to feel into what it would feel like through your imagination, imagining yourself feeling or doing the things that you'd be doing if you weren't feeling stressed, you weren't feeling anxious, and combining that feeling with the magic itself. And we do that with the imagination and spell work. So, the gemstones that I want to talk about are, first of all, those 3 gemstones that I did the spell with a couple of weeks ago when I did the spell on how to charge bracelets for anxiety and stress. And those were these 3 bracelets here. I used amethyst, I used rhodonite, and I used howlite. And I got these bracelets from Otter Spirit. So I have put the link to Otter Spirit in the description field below the video if you're interested at all in checking out their intention bracelets, because they've got uh, gemstone bracelets for all sorts of emotional situations and also other magical situations like love and success and money and all of those sorts of things. So it's a great resource to go to if you're wanting to work with gemstones for magic, because they have these intention packs. So I'm going to talk about amethyst, rhodonite, howlite, and also black tourmaline, lepidolite, and also I like to use the blue calcite. And I think that's it. I think that's all. Oh, rose quartz. Can't forget rose quartz because it is awesome for feelings of fear and anxiety, although it's not talked about that much in regard to feelings of anxiety. Hi, J Dog. How are you? So let's talk about the gemstones first, and then how you can use the gemstones in your spell casting. So first of all is this is a favorite. Definitely a favorite of witches. This is amethyst, and this is an amethyst point, so you can use points in your magic. You can use spheres in your magic. You can use even these stones here that really fit really well in the palm of your hand. And if you are feeling nervous or anxious because you've got to do some public speaking, you've got an exam, or you have a deadline for something, or you've got to do a presentation, holding the gemstones when they're in this sort of a shape is can be very, very comforting and very, very helpful. You can rub them and allow yourself to disperse some of that stress by using the gemstones there to help calm you down. Now, amethyst helps enhance your intuition and your spiritual awareness. So when you're working with amethyst, it's a good idea to remember that you are the I am. You are spirit in a human form, that you are beyond whatever is happening to you in this physical world. So it reminds you that you are a spiritual being. And if you can go into either holding the amethyst or wearing the amethyst and feel into I am spirit. I am powerful. I am. And just allow yourself to just be aware of yourself in space and focus on the feelings of your body in space. So just taking your mind away from what's going on in the head when it comes to anxiety or stress, and coming into the body and feeling into the body. And allowing yourself then to listen to your inner voice and your intuition, which is what amethyst is really great at doing. And when you do that, you're going to find that there's more balance and more calm that comes from that. And there's also spiritual protection with amethyst. It's a very protective stone. and it can help shield you from negative energy. That's why witches wear it a lot. It's because it's very protective, and also I think a lot of witches are very drawn to the color purple. So it seems to be a favorite color of a lot of witches, purple. Let me know in the comments and in the chat if purple is your favorite color or one of your favorite colors, because it does seem to be a very, very favorite color of witches. And I think because purple, it does have red in it, so there's a grounding aspect to amethyst because of the red in the purple, and there's also the blue aspect of purple as well, which has that more calming uh, energy and creative energy there too. So you're combining those colors when you're dealing with the color purple. Okay, hi Moira. Amethyst reminds me of lavender energetically, yes. And if you combine lavender with amethyst together, then you can use those in your spell casting to help bring more peace of mind and calm to an anxious mind. Now, I've had anxiety in my family for, well, obviously my whole life, and I've experienced anxiety too from time to time. I learned anxiety, and I may also have a genetic predisposition towards it. I don't know. So I know what anxiety feels like, and I use the gemstones to help. I use EFT to help. I use hypnotherapy to help. And more than anything, I use the shadow work to help me figure out where the anxiety is coming from. What am I thinking that's causing me to react and causing my nervous system to go nuts? I also do a lot of grounding work and really work a lot with the earth and grounding my energy, because to get me out of my head when I'm in working with anxiety. So there's a lot of things, the tools that I use in my toolkit to help with anxiety. And the most important thing is understanding what I'm saying to myself when I'm experiencing anxiety. Anxiety can just creep up on you, and you might not even know why you're anxious. It just starts to happen. It creeps up on you. And there's always a thought and a belief often that's there that is causing it at the end of the day. There might be a lot of thoughts and beliefs that are causing it. If it's not being caused by some other medical problem or medication or something else, which can also cause that. But when we're using gemstones, it's really working with the everyday life that brings us stress and a bit of fear here and there. Sometimes anger and anxiety are very similar in their feeling. And often, if you're feeling anxious, it could be because you're very angry about something. So you need to tap into the anger and discover what am I angry about? What's causing me to be angry and frustrated, and then work with those feelings. Okay. I am is a very powerful word, absolutely. So use the I am when you're working with the amethyst, and it will imagine yourself even being cloaked in the energy of amethyst around you. It could be that beautiful lavender light around you, the scent of lavender. If you want to use lavender with your amethyst, that's quite okay. It's a quartz, so you can use an oil with a quartz. It's not going to damage the quartz if you use lavender oil on the stone itself. And combine it if you're doing spell work with amethyst. Combining it with lavender is a wonderful way of working with it. The other stone that I also talked about in that video on the spell bracelets is Rodonite. And this is another Rodonite point that I've got here, and this is a really powerful point. It's quite a big one, so it is quite powerful. And Rodonite is a pink and black stone. Sometimes you can get Rodonite that's more pink in it than black, so this bracelet here has got a lot more of the pink in it. And it does resonate with the heart chakra. So you're opening up the heart chakra when you're working with the Rodonite. It's wonderful for forgiveness and emotional healing, because often when we're feeling scared or angry or frustrated or stuck, there's a need for self-forgiveness in there, to forgive ourselves for maybe something that we've said or done, or in the past, long in the past even, or it could be forgiveness to other people. And so Rhodonite can help open you up to letting things go. So it's just about letting go, forgiveness, letting go of what's happened in the past so that it's no longer being fed your energy and it's no longer keeping you trapped and to that old situation or the past. So when we struggle to forgive, we're attaching ourselves to a person or a circumstance, whether it's not forgiving ourselves or not forgiving another person, we're attached. And as magical people, we don't want to be attached to circumstances and things or people in that negative way because that's sucking our energy away from us and feeding the energy of resentment. And we don't want to be feeding that energy. It's wasting our energy, and we want to keep all our energy for ourselves. So we have to let go of the feelings of, I need to hold on to this in order to be safe. Or if I let go of this, then that means that I'm condoning it. And it's not condoning it at all. It's just letting go of it. You can still not condone whatever happened. You can still know that it was wrong, what had happened, but you're letting go of the emotion associated with it. And that's all you're doing. You're just getting rid of that energy associated with it. It doesn't change the circumstances, it just changes the energy and it releases you and you have more energy for yourself. And so Rodonite is a really great tool to help you do that. So if you're feeling anxious or anxiety and you know that there's some forgiveness that has to happen, then working with Rodonite can help with that. It's also great at releasing past emotional wounds and past emotional trauma. So if you're working with shadow work at all and you find that there's things from the past that have come up for you, then working with Rodonite can help you release some of that trauma. And it's got the black in it, I think, which helps us go into the subconscious mind. It helps us ground ourselves, but it's also got the pink of the heart chakra, which opens us up to opening up the heart. And a lot of us are afraid of opening our hearts. I know I've certainly experienced that. It's very, very scary to open the heart, especially when we've had, trauma in the past or things happen in the past where we've been hurt in the past by opening the heart or trusting. And so we close the heart chakra off. But when we're closing the heart chakra off to others, we're also closing it off to ourselves. So the first thing is to learn to open it to ourselves and to try to bring in more loving energy towards ourselves and forgiveness towards ourselves before we even try to do that with anybody else. Gurdjieff had a really wonderful statement. Somebody asked the question of, how do I learn to love other people? And he said, start by practicing on animals. They're easier to love. And it's true. If you are wanting to open your heart because you know that keeping it closed is causing problems for you, then start by opening your heart up to animals. And most of us probably already have an open heart to animals, so because they are easier to love than people sometimes. But feel into what it feels like to love an animal, whether it's a pet or just seeing, kitten videos on YouTube. If you tap into that feeling of what it's like when you see an animal and feel love for the animal, then that's the feeling of love that you're after for yourself and also for other people. And Rodonite can help with that. So self-love is definitely a part of Rodonite's toolkit, or any of the heart chakra stones for that matter. Okay. Yes, I am a god. We are gods. The next one is Howlite. Now, Howlite is often used in bracelets, cheap bracelets that are mimicking tourmaline, not tourmaline, turquoise. So you've probably seen the Howlite turquoise where they've dyed the Howlite blue. But Howlite in and of itself is a powerful gemstone. It's a black and white gemstone, and it's very beautiful in the white with the specks of black in it. And it does have a very peaceful energy to it, a very light energy to it, like a lot of the clear gemstones have or the white gemstones have. And howlite is known for its ability to be able to help with a restful sleep, to help give you the peace to be able to sleep. And often when we're feeling stressed or feeling anxious, it can be very, very difficult to sleep. And so howlite is a good tool to use to help calm the mind, calm the overactive mind, develop patience. It's beautiful for being patient with things, and also supports emotional expression and communication, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. So don't underestimate howlite. It's one of the cheaper gemstones, and just its raw form of the black and the white, which you can't really see in this light because I've got a lot of sunlight coming in the window here. It is a very, very beautiful stone, and I never really thought a lot about using howlite until I came across these uh, anxiety bracelets and realized that howlite actually has the ability to be very, very calming and very soothing. And so it's fast becoming one of my favorite gemstones. The next one I wanted to talk about is tourmaline. So tourmaline's another favorite of witches. A lot of us go to tourmaline for protection. A lot of us put tourmaline in the quarters of rooms to help with protection because it is a very protective stone. It's not a stone I've used a lot in the past. I always went more for obsidian than for tourmaline. But because tourmaline's also good at helping with electromagnetic frequencies and helping us be more protected from having too much exposure to electromagnetic frequencies, I have started using it and working with it. It's a black stone. There are other, you can get different shades of tourmaline, but the black one is the one that's the most grounding. Black is very grounding energy. It can really help us connect to the earth, and that helps relieve our anxious thoughts that are going on inside the head too, because it's bringing us down into the ground and down into our bodies, which is really important. It also protects us from any negative energies and psychic attack, so that when we are feeling emotionally vulnerable because we're feeling stressed, feeling anxious, sometimes it's easy to get caught up too much in the energy of other people around us. And also, we can sometimes attract things that are more negative towards us as well when we're in a very negative state. So the tourmaline is just helping protect us against other people's negativity and any negative entities that might be around that want to feed off that negative energy. So the tourmaline, even though it's a soft stone, it's probably not something you would wear as jewelry. I don't think I've ever seen it as jewelry. Just carrying it with you or having it in where you sleep is very protective. Other stones you can use for the protective aspect are smoky quartz. So you can wear smoky quartz, and that's also very grounding and help ground that energy. And if anybody is sending any daggers towards you energetically, or you're picking up on negative energy around you because you're in a bit of that vibration yourself because of whatever's happening, then these gemstones can help protect and ground you and bring you back to center so that you're able to think more clearly and balance your energy so that it's not so crazy. You can use obsidian for these two, and I do use obsidian for grounding and protection as well. The thing with obsidian is that it has a tendency to take you deep into the shadow. So it's a great stone to work with for shadow work because it will really take you into the shadow. But sometimes if you're trying to alleviate feelings of stress or anxiety, you might not necessarily want to be taken that far into things. You're just looking for a little bit of peace of mind before you maybe start doing shadow work or whatever. So just be mindful about obsidian. It can be protective, but it also can take you deeper into the shadow at the same time. Another stone that is very good for mood is lepidolite. Now, I don't have any lepidolite here, but it contains lithium, which can help soothe emotional distress and alleviate anxiety. And it does encourage emotional healing. It can encourage deep relaxation. It can help you release the old stagnant emotions, old patterns, old thoughts, old beliefs, and help you go through a personal transformation. Because every time we're faced with a conflict or a stressful situation or something that is emotionally icky, it's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for us to learn more about ourselves and learn more about how we react the way we react, and what we can do maybe to change that next time. And these gemstones can help you get more clarity, and this particularly with lepidolite can help you gain more clarity about what is causing the emotion or the feeling, how you're reacting to something, and how can you make yourself feel better by simply changing the way that you're looking at the situation or thinking about the situation. Because there's always another way to look at something and see something. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to balance our energy, and we're trying to feel better about ourselves and the world and our situation, and we're trying to make the situation better for ourselves at the same time. So the magic isn't just about feeling better, so feeling not having the anxiety and not having the stress, but it's also about changing the situation that might be causing the stress or causing the anxiety through us aiming to get more clarity about ourselves and the situation and how we can change that to get what it is that we're wanting as the end result, which is peace of mind and clarity and smoother sailing. So I'm just going to go to the comments now. What crystal or stone would be good for restoring the throat chakra? I'm coming to that one actually next, I think. Yes. So I'll talk about that next. Okay, J-Dog. Hi, Swakfan. What stone is good for the protection of a relationship? That one's coming as well. But we'll talk about blue calcite first and some of the blue stones. So the blue stones are the best ones for restoring balance. It doesn't look quite blue in this light. As I said, there's lots of sunlight coming through today. This is blue calcite. You can use blue laced agate. You can use, what was that? Lapis lazuli, sodalite. Any of those will work with the throat chakra, although the lapis and the sodalite are also great for the third eye chakra as well. Your lighter blue, such as the blue calcite, blue laced agate, are really good for the throat chakra and to help you feel more confident in your communication. They also promote more calm and a peaceful energy. When you're meditating with a stone, so if you hold the stone in the palm of your hand and you meditate with it, you can draw the energy up through the palm of your hand into your body. So you're drawing the energy from the stone through the palm of your hand like you're a vacuum cleaner, and you're drawing in the energy through the palm of your hand into your body from the stone. It can help give you a very beautiful sense of calm because of that blue calming energy. And when I talk about how you can do a spell to help with this, I'll talk about the blue candles as well, and the blue coloring being quite helpful for peace and calm, healing, peaceful energy, and just bringing that sense of, I guess there's these blues as being like the sky, the color of a sky when the sun's out, the blue sky, the color of the sea when it's reflecting the sky, that's blue. And you can get these beautiful azure blues and turquoise colors with these stones. And there's other blue stones out there too that are very, very beautiful and very, very calming that you can also use. Go for the color. Look at the color of the stone, and that will be the indicator of what it's used for and which chakras it matches. What was the other stone apart from lapis that I was talking about? Sodalite. So sodalite is a darker blue. I haven't got one near me at the moment. It's a darker blue color. It's kind of a bit similar to lapis, I guess, but lapis has probably got a bit more of an azure blue to it, whereas sodalite is more of a darker blue. So it's very much third eye, but you can also use it for the throat chakra as well. Lapis lazuli is great for the throat chakra. So if you want to use any sort of pendant or uh, a stone necklace or something to help with the throat chakra, often what works the best is to have the stones actually near the chakra that they're associated with, if you can do that. It's not always physically possible. The throat chakra is one where it is, because you can actually wear the stones around your neck as a pendant or a necklace. And the heart chakra ones you can wear on your wrists as well, and that will connect to the heart chakra too. So will a pendant that's down near the heart chakra. Okie doke. Agate. Agate. Yes, agate. Blue agate. Blue laced agate. Very, very peaceful stone, that one. Very peaceful. Lapis pendant on eBay sold. Okay, blue laced agate. Yes. Hi, Anjali. Hi, Tatiana. Okay, so that's blue calcite, and any of their blue stones are really great for communication too. So if you need to express your emotions with more clarity, so maybe you're anxious about having to confront somebody about something. If you're wearing the blue stones, it'll help you be more calm so that you'll be able to think more clearly and communicate more clearly. If you have to do a presentation or you have to do some public speaking, then wearing the blue stones will help calm you so that you can be more clear in what it is that you're saying. And wearing them is a good idea for that too. So they're about communication because they're linking to the throat chakra, which is also about communication and creativity. And if you do have any qualms around speaking your truth, and if that's what's causing the anxiety, that you know you want to speak up for yourself, but you feel you can't speak up for yourself, then wearing these blue stones can help you have more courage to speak up for yourself and say what it is that you need to say, so that you're not feeling that frustration and the anger around not saying it. Because that can lead to anxiety too, being frustrated about wanting to speak up and say something, but feeling that you can't. And it can also cause throat problems too, like tonsillitis or other throat or neck issues. So the other stone I wanted to talk about was one of my favorites for feelings of anxiety, or even feeling sad or depressed, frustrated, helpless, hopeless, is rose quartz. So it's the stone of unconditional love. It helps promote self-love and compassion. It's very protective of relationships and feelings. It encourages emotional healing by helping you release emotional wounds. It will help you cry if you need to cry. It does strengthen relationships, and it promotes feelings of peace, of harmony. And I think that's why it's so powerful when it comes to stress and anxiety, is that it gives you a sense of peace and harmony. And because it opens the heart chakra in a very gentle way, and it's probably one of the top stones for love, feeling love and resonating with the heart chakra, that feeling of love and compassion that it can help you produce actually helps calm the nervous system down. So it's the love, it's the compassion, it's the reminder that you are love, you are a spiritual being, and that love from a spiritual perspective is incredibly powerful. So, rose quartz can be a great reminder of your spirituality too, and that you are the I am, and that you are able to create what you want to create. You've just got to, get some balance, get some clarity, and come back to who you are again, so that you can deal with whatever the situation is that you're dealing with that's causing the stress or causing the anxiety. And opening up the heart to that, and the energy of rose quartz is really calming. It is probably one of the most calming stones for the nervous system, simply for the love that it helps resonate. It helps resonate the energy of love in your vibrational field. So just holding a rose quartz or just playing with it, rubbing it, if you're feeling a bit nervous, it will start to calm the nervous system down. It's a very, very beautiful stone, and I think it's incredible. It's the most powerful of all of the stones when it comes to almost any of the icky emotions. It can calm anger down very, very well because it's opening us up to what we are, which is love and resonating with the vibration of love, which is the highest frequency that you can vibrate at. So that's why it's such a favorite, I think. Okay, so I think that might have answered the question on protection of a relationship too, Swakfan. So when it comes to spells and rituals for anxiety, you can charge up jewelry. So like the video I released, I think it was the week before last, with the bracelets. And you can do candle spells for calming the mind, breath work, visualization exercises. You can use hypnotherapy to help calm the mind. If you're going to use a candle spell, I would recommend using blue or white candles or pink. Again, pink because it symbolizes the heart chakra and it symbolizes the energy of love. So if you want to use blue to calm or white or pink, use those. Prepare your space like you would for any spell. So making sure that you're in a quiet space, you're not going to get disturbed. Cleanse the space using some incense around the space. You could drum the space if you've got a drum. If you've got singing bowls, you can singing bowl the space. And then take a few minutes to just sit down and breathe and calm the nervous system down and focus on what it is that you're wanting to feel, what you're wanting to change in your life. Often we feel it's the circumstances that are creating the stress or circumstances that are creating the anxiety. And well, yeah, they do contribute to it for sure. But sometimes the way that you can deal with it is to think of how you're reacting to it and how you could react differently to it. Like what could you be thinking? How could you be thinking differently about it, which will help you feel better? Because that's what we're really looking for. We're looking to feel better. So what are you wanting to feel as opposed to what it is that you're feeling now? And focus on that. Remember the last time you felt calm, you felt clear, you felt good. Tap into that feeling. You might need to tap into that memory and hold on to that feeling because that's the feeling you're wanting to use in your spell. You can then light the candle and then say a few words. It could be something like flame so bright, so pure and clear, calm my mind, release my fear, and say that over and over and over and over again. 100 times is good. Don't have to do it 100 times. You could do it 50 times, 20 times. But the more you say it, the more it's going to resonate with you because it's going to create a rhythm, which helps calm the nervous system. And you're saying something that is more poetic and more metaphorical, which can help actually tap into the subconscious mind and calm the subconscious mind. So flame so bright, so pure and clear, calm my mind, release my fear. Flame so bright, so pure and clear, calm my mind, release my fear. Flame so bright, so pure and clear, calm my mind, release my fear. And as you're saying that, tap into that feeling that you just had before, that maybe you pulled from a past experience of feeling calm and feeling happy and feeling confident and good, and feel that feeling as you're saying that spell. And do that for as long as you need to. If you're using a gemstone, I recommend hold the gemstone as you're chanting the chant and as you're feeling it, and allow the gemstone to resonate with you and resonate with what it is that you're wanting to feel, so that you're giving the gemstone, you're telling it what it is that you're wanting it to do. You're giving it instruction, and then carry that gemstone with you, either wearing it if it's jewelry or carrying it with you somehow until you overcome whatever the situation is that's causing the stress or causing the anxiety. Okay. I'll also talk about consecrating and blessing the crystals before we start. I actually forgot to do that. Should actually do that first before you do the spell. Going to get a rose quartz stone. How can I bless the lapis stone? Put it over a blue candle flame and cast a spell. Yep, white is for purity. Okay, so once you've chanted the spell, then feel into the feeling of the calmness, of the joy of feeling good. It only has to be for a couple of minutes, and then allow the candle to burn down if you can safely. Now you can use herbs and oils on your spell candle too. I'll talk a little bit about the herbs to use in a minute. And the chanting has a calming aspect because it produces alpha waves because you're doing something in a rhythm. If you have a drum, you could beat a drum as you're saying that. And to prepare your crystals beforehand, which I forgot to say to do, I said prepare the space, but I forgot to talk about preparing your crystals, is you want to cleanse them before you start using them. Quartz can be cleansed with water. They're fine with water. Water does not harm these stones, but other stones don't like water. Turquoise doesn't like water. Selenite will dissolve in water. The more porous stones are not good with water. So my rule of thumb for cleansing pretty much any crystal is to use incense and run the crystal through the incense. So if you've got a lapis and you're wanting to bless the lapis, you could put it over a blue candle flame for sure. That's a way of cleansing your stones, putting them over the candle, or just running it through some frankincense or sandalwood to cleanse it. And then to consecrate it, you're basically just saying, I cleanse and consecrate this stone to serve me in my work. Remove all malefic and replace with benefic. And that will help cleanse it and consecrate it. Then you can tell it what you want it to do. And you do that through the spell chant. Yes, you can use the white candle for purity if you're wanting to cleanse the stone. So many blue stone. So any blue stone will work. Turquoise. Yes, turquoise is good. Turquoise is very protective. Turquoise is a stone that, because it's kind of a little bit of a mix between the green and the blue, it has a bit of it can be more throat chakra or it can be more heart chakra, depending on the color of the turquoise. Generally, turquoise is throat chakra because it's generally more of a blue color, but you can certainly use turquoise for the blue stone. It can be very, very calming. It's got a little bit more oomph to it than the blue calcite or the agate. The agate and the calcite are very calming. Okay, they're very calming, whereas turquoise can have a little bit of a poof to it, a little bit of an oomph to it. So it's better for public speaking, better for confidence. If you've got to, speak up for yourself or something, turquoise is kind of better for that because it's going to give you a bit more of a confidence there because it does have that little bit more of a push to it energetically than the other stones do. So it really just depends what you're after when it comes to the blues because there's different shades of blue. So if you look at the different shades of blue, you can kind of feel into what the energy is of those different shades. And the paler the blue, the softer it's going to be energetically, calming, but soft and clear, and it will slow you down more. So you'll be able to think more clearly before you speak, before you say anything. As the blues get more bold or more bright, then you're starting to get more energy behind them. And then as they get darker into like the sodalites, then you're starting to work up more to the third eye chakra and get a little bit more away from the throat chakra. So that's a spell that you can do. Very, very simple. Spells don't have to be complicated. The best herbs to use with your spell casting are lavender. We talked about that before. Chamomile is very, very calming too. And you could even drink that as a tea if you're wanting to you can put some of these crystals could actually even be put in the tea as well. They're not harmful. Some crystals are harmful, so you have to be careful whether a crystal is toxic or not. The quartz are fine, like the clear quartz, rose quartz is fine to put in water and drink, but other gemstones can be toxic, so you do need to do your research there. Or just have the gemstone over the cup and just be circulating it over the cup, particularly if it's got a point on it, and then just putting the energy of the gemstone into the cup and charging the cup that way if you're going to be drinking a tea like a chamomile tea. You could also use valerian because it is very calming. Lemon balm is very calming. You could also use passion flower for your spells, and also cramp bark. Cramp bark is got the same compound in it that valerian has in it for calming, so you can use that too. Very, very calming herb, cramp bark. And you can use them as sachets. You could bathe in the herbs, so you can sprinkle the herbs in your bath. You could put them in a cup of water and sprinkle them over you if you're having a shower. If you don't mind having some herbs running around in your hair, or just put it over your body and allow the herbs just to be on your body for a little while before you wash them off and use them that way. But the best way to work with herbs is to roll the candle in the herbs, or to use the herbs as essential oils and roll and anoint the candle with it. You can also wear the essential oils as well if you blend them with a carrier oil so that they're not so potent, and wear them. So there's aromatherapy can be very helpful with stress release and anxiety relief as well. And journaling and doing some of this more reflective work. So being reflective about what it is that you're thinking about the situation. What are you saying to yourself about the situation? And reflect on that. Just expose what your thoughts are when you're feeling the stress, when you're feeling the anxiety. If it's something that's more chronic, then seeking out, therapy, or seeking out other healing modalities, healing practices, whether that's traditional therapies or other alternative therapies, that they can be incredibly helpful as well. And the gemstones and the spell casting can often lead you to those therapies and those practices, because that's where the vast amount of help is actually going to come from how you're reviewing your mindset and reviewing what it is that you're thinking and feeling and telling yourself. The spells provide assistance in helping you find the solutions, really. But the emotional resilience is something that comes from the inner work and being consistent with your inner work. Yeah, energy clearing techniques like cord cutting is helpful, especially if you're feeling stuff that's past related and people related, and you need to cut the cords and take your energy back from the people and the situations. And you can use those stones for grounding and for shielding using emotional freedom technique or tapping. And I've just recently did a tapping video for anxiety on my tapping channel at Sandra Inman Tapping. So there's a few different tapping videos I've got on anxiety. I've got one on social anxiety. I've got one on performance anxiety. That was a really old one, the performance anxiety one. And also on anxiety in general. So there's a few videos on my tapping channel that can help with anxiety there. Okay, and I forgot to actually mention at the beginning, for those of you who want to start a witchcraft practice, yeah, if you want to start a witchcraft practice, I do have a free video called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice, because I know that a lot of people struggle to know where to begin and what to do. So that's why I have a free masterclass that helps you with that. And I forgot to mention that. There's a link in the description field below the video. Okay, I'm going to go back to the comments now before I move on to the last bit. Okay, could you use Palo Santo instead? Yes, absolutely. Yep. Yes, so any blue stone will work with the throat chakra. Yes, it's just if they get darker, then they're more for the third eye. What's good for a moonstone? Moonstone is calming too. It can help bring more peace and balance to the emotions. It's great for intuition because of that connection to the moon, for understanding cycles. for connecting with Hecate and tapping into your inner your true inner desires, what you truly, truly want. Moonstone can help you gain clarity around that. It can help you gain more peace around what it is that you really want as well, because it is a clear, pretty much a clear, well, not clear, but it's a white stone. There is other colors too with moonstones. It can have black in it, but because it's associated with the moon, it has all those qualities of the moon. So really tapping into your intuition, going very introspective with it, and finding out what it is that you truly want, but in a very gentle way. Probably the opposite in some ways to obsidian, because obsidian will really take you down into the subconscious mind, and it can help you face a lot of things about that you could find a bit scary in the subconscious. Face things about yourself, face things about situations that are truths, but they're probably uncomfortable truths. Moonstone can help you see the truth, but it's in a much more gentler way. Okay, I'm wearing Hecate's key. Yes, I am. I've got a few keys actually that are Hecate's keys. I've got the amulet's actually a ring that I use because it's easy for me to wear rings all the time. And I've also got key that I've charged up as a wand. And I show people how to do that actually in a journey with Hecate, which is my online course with Hecate, shadow work and Hecate. So I have a few keys relating to Hecate. But the whole point of doing magic and the whole point of doing all this is to be able to know more about ourselves and to bring magic into our lives on a daily basis to help us with the day-to-day things in life. And life isn't always smooth sailing. There's things that do cause us to feel a bit ruffled and to feel stress, to feel anxiety, to feel down, sometimes even to feel helpless and hopeless in life. And the most important thing is your practice. You use the magic, use the tools, use the crystals, use the herbs, use spells, use the shadow work, use the EFT, use theta healing, hypnotherapy, whatever it is that you can get your hands on to help you know more about who you are, and meditation to help you understand that you are the I am, that the you are spirit, that you are gods and goddesses, and that you can step back from what's going on in life from a more from a, I guess, be the eagle and step back and look down on what's going on in your life and fly above it so that you can get a better perspective on why it's causing such stress, what it is you're saying to yourself, what it is that you're perceiving, and how that you can change that to help you feel better. Because our perception is everything, and we can change the way that we perceive things. It's a case of, is your glass half full or is it half empty? And you want to be looking at it as half full rather than half empty, especially if you're in the magical tradition, because there's no room in magic for victimhood. There's no room in magic for being very, very negative and very cynical about life. You have to change that attitude in order to create the life you want to create, and that's what magic's all about. So that's why having a witchcraft practice that you can integrate with your life on a daily basis is so important to help you get that sense of peace of mind, that joy, and that sense of empowerment. And of course, if you want to do that, I have the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, which is a 12-month course on Wicca and witchcraft, where you learn to do all of the ritual, all of the energy work and magic to bring this into your life on a daily basis, where you've actually got somebody to help you every step of the way and to give you guidance on what to learn and when to learn it, so that you're not just trying to piece everything together on your own and getting confused and overwhelmed in the process. And that course, the Mystery Witch School 101, also comes with the Witch's Guide to Magic, which is the course on magic and spellcasting. So you actually get 3 courses with the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. You get the daily practice course, which is a 5-day course. You also get the Witch's Guide to Magic, which gives you all the spells and how to do the spells, how to approach spell work. for things like love and romance, money, success, health and well-being, and protection and defense magic. And that's all a part of the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. Link in the description field below this video, and I'll also put it in the chat as well. Okay, do you own any tattoos? No, I don't own any tattoos. And why I don't really like them. I don't go into tattoos. They're not something that I find. I can admire them on other people, but not on myself. Yeah, I've seen some really good ones. Some people have some really good tattoos, but I'm just not into it. Is your life path number 7? No, it's actually a 2, or if you're doing master numbers, it's an 11. So I'm not a 7. I do know 7s, but no, I'm either a 2 or an 11, depending on what type of numerology you use. Okay, so thank you everybody for coming along and attending today. I will see you again next week for another live. And in the meantime, enjoy working with gemstones and herbs to help you connect more with yourself and to bring more peace into your life, because that's something we all need all the time. Okay. Blessed be everybody.